Welcome to the Cap Guy Show, starring JT and the Cap Guy. Now here's the Cap Guy. Good morning. Welcome back, everybody. Clear your throat, Cap Guy. You good? Yeah, I'm good. Do it again. All right. Welcome back, everybody. And for those of you that are new, I'm JT. We live in Oklahoma, Yukon to be exact, home of Garth Brooks. Yeah, you've heard of him. I got friends in low places. There you go. Anyway, today's show, Cap Guy, is over 100K in sales this year. That's 100,000 fish or dollars or dinero or pesos or, no, not pesos. Anyway, $100,000 in sales. He gonna show you how to do it and what it takes to do it, what to source to do it. Just got to do it. You can't roller skate in a buffalo herd, but you can be happy if you mind to. All you got to do is put your mind to it. JT, what? Why you interrupt my song? Because we're not doing Roger Miller songs today. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, Cap Guy's going to tell you, and we're going to talk about it. So, Cap Guy, you're going to take it away. We're going to talk about Uncle Sam. We talked about Uncle Sam on Johnny's show this morning. Cap Guy was on Cajun Roots Reseller show. And if you hadn't seen that one, check it out. Yeah, subscribe. But anyway, yep, Cap Guy's running Yinzer Pickers videos right now in the living room and going to run some Jennifer Hayes and some Flippin' Sports Guy and another lady you met this morning online. What was her name? I'm trying to remember now. I've got it written down. Ashley. Yeah, you go run Ashley's videos and yeah. Anyway, she was in Johnny's chat. But anyway, we're going to get on with it and try to figure out who Uncle Sam is that keeps taking money from the Cap Guy. He takes money from everybody. He like the mafia? No. Well, yeah, I guess kind of. It helps our country run, right? Oh, really? Wait a minute. Let me get this right. Uncle Sam takes money from everybody, gets a piece of the pie for protection. That does sound like mafia to me, Cap Guy. Yep. All right, let's take her away. Love you guys. See you later. Yeah, I guess it kind of does sound like Uncle Sam. You know, we got a military. That's protection. And, yeah, I guess it could be considered a mafia. Of course, we're protecting half the world, too. So, anyway. Yeah. $100,000. I've exceeded that just a few weeks ago, actually. I don't know where I'll end up, but after the first of the year, I will do a video and I will tell you where I end up. Now, that is not profit. That is sales, 100,000 in sales, and I do mine one at a time, yard sales, estate sales. I don't do much in the way of thrift stores anymore. I list consistently, and I won't get ahead of myself, but basically, you can do this too. I've only been full-time, and I'll back up. For those of you who don't know who I am, I live in Oklahoma. I grew up in Texas. I've lived all over the country with different trucking companies over 35 years after serving a little bit in the Navy and 4 years. And I retired here 3.5 years ago with UPS Freight in sales, which is the LTL or less than truckload division of UPS, and is no longer, it's part T-Force now, but it used to be overnight transportation when I joined it, and they sold out to UPS in 2005. And then earlier this year, UPS sold them to a Canadian company called T-Force. So they're T-Force now. But hey, I retired 3.5 years ago. My pension check says UPS on it. I don't care. So I was a part-time reseller for many years. I got on eBay in 2004. I've been selling on eBay since 2005. And mainly all I did until the time I retired 3.5 years ago was helmets, sports jerseys, that kind of stuff. And I am an expert on jerseys. I know a lot about them. But when I retired the first year, I didn't do much and slept till noon and just kind of thought, man, you're 59 years old. You're going to die in that chair if you just keep eating and not doing anything. So went on keto, lost some weight, and yeah, I got energy, and I started going, trying to do part time, not full time, but I exceeded the numbers that I was trying to stay under on eBay, and it's the only platform I really sell on. 99.9 is percent of my stuff is eBay, and so last year I decided, you know what, let's just see how high we can get, and I did $98,700 in sales, and I profited $39,000. Now, when you think if you're working a regular job and you're making $80,000 a year, after taxes and everything, you're not bringing home $80,000. And in an eBay business or any other business, you're going to have costs to run the business. And in my case, that would be supplies, computers, printers, labels, all that kind of stuff that you're going to have to spend money on. But it's a write-off if you make enough money that you can write it off. You can also write off a lot of other things like some of your fuel and expenses. Obviously, any money you spend at yard sales or Goodwill or thrift stores or estate sales is also those costs can be written off to a degree. And don't follow me for tax advice. Consult your CPA or whoever does your taxes. But you definitely want to keep good records on everything that you do. And I'm getting ahead of myself. You can make what I make, but you got to work at it. And my situation is going to be different than most of you. Again, my kids are grown. I have 3 daughters I raised pretty much by myself. They're grown and have their own children now. So I live alone, and I have over 4,700 items currently on eBay. I list daily. You must list daily to keep this algorithm going the way it should. And you must source things that are going to make you money. Now, if you want to make $2 and $3 and $4, and I have some of those things too, I don't look for those things, but you're going to find those when you do bundle deals and things like that. I try to make at least $10 profit off of every item I pick up. Do I always? No. And with promoted listings, which I'm doing currently, and eBay fees, you're not going to always make what you want to make. But then sometimes you're going to have home runs. My top sellers in 2020 were ball caps, because ball caps, the ROI on a ball cap, if you're paying a quarter, 50 cents, ROI is return on investment, for those of you who don't know, and you sell it for even $10, $12, $15. I sold one yesterday for $38 that I paid 50 cents for. So there's a really good return on investment for ball caps. There are ball caps out there worth over $2,000. So I do have some videos on that. Go back and check them out. My second was plush, stuffed animals, as some people call them, and that's what I know them as. And I have sold them for up to $165 for a 5 Nights at Freddy's type plush. So plush can sell really well, especially vintage with the tags. I don't pick up Beanie Babies at all. And some of you may disagree with me, but if you want to pick them up, fine. There are plenty of them out there for you. Third would be video games, and most of you that resell know about video games. I do have disc cleaners, and I do a lot of bundle deals where I pick up, if I see a console and a bunch of games, I buy it all. Because if I see anything of value in there, I'm going to try to get it for less by bundling and buy it all, get it out of their hair, and make money on it. And there's going to be games in there that aren't worth anything, and you have to bundle those up or have them a yard sale or whatever with them. But typically, you can make some good money doing that. And fourth was Mary Kay. I stumbled upon it last year, and I buy moisturizers, foundations, all new, pink cap prior to Mary Kay when she was alive, and gray cap is post Mary Kay, for those of you who didn't know that. But moisturizers and foundations do really well. When I find them, I sell them. I also have a lot of clothing, Miss Me, Rock Revival, vintage t-shirts, newer stuff, sports-related stuff, jerseys, shoes, hats. I mean, you name it, I sell it. Action figures, vintage toys, everything. Diversity is key in this business. Don't just sell one item unless it's a hot item that you're selling a lot of. I don't do a ton of retail arbitrage, but I do some. Some people are really successful at it, but unless you're getting it for $3 a game and you're selling it for 10 or more, to me, it's not worth it. So again, not everything I say you're going to agree with, but what works for me and what gets me to 100K is several things. One is I source, and when I source on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays at yard sales typically or estate sales, I'm one of the first people there. Even if it's still dark, I'm getting there before everybody else, because other people that have watched my channel, and especially local people that know me, are trying to beat me to these places because they know what I'm going to do and I know what they're going to do. So sometimes I win and sometimes I lose. I don't get there all the time first, and I don't always find everything that I want to find. But I do spend some money. I'm not one of these people that's just going to spend $20 at a yard sales on a Friday or Saturday morning. I sometimes spend $300-400 at yard sales, and I get it back here. And the other part is listing it. You've got to list every day to keep that eBay algorithm moving along, because if you don't, your sales aren't going to come. And I do promotions. I promote my stuff at above the suggested ad rate, on top of the 12.5% that eBay gets already. So I do give money away, but I turn inventory. I could have more sales than I do, but I do price kind of high, especially if the items are pristine. But I am here to help anybody that wants help. But I also work 7 days a week. And again, I live alone, so I can do that. I am starting to back off because I am 62 and it's wearing me out. And on top of that, trying to do YouTube and personal stuff. I grocery shop for my mother, who's elderly and can't get out of her home. So there's a lot of other things that I have going on. I have grandkids and their functions, and my kids, of course, again, who are grown. But there's a lot in life, and I'm trying to stay as busy as I can, and make money too. And I get a pension from UPS, so I don't have to do this. I do it because I like making money. And the thing that it gives me is I don't have to live on the money. I mean, I do use some of it to live, but if I want to buy something, I buy it. If I want to go on vacation, I go on vacation. It gives me that freedom to do what I want and get what I want when I want it. And for those of you that have families and you're trying to get into this business, I suggest you always start from your home, sell things that you're not using anymore, some of your family, grandparents, etc. Hey, you have anything you're going to get rid of? You want me to sell it and either cut them a deal, a piece of the profit, or just sell it outright if they don't want it anymore, and put some of that money back into your business. Because if you just spend it immediately and you're tight on money already, it's not going to be a good thing, and you're going to get disgruntled and maybe give up. So you can make money at it. Again, I took it from making about $1,000 a month when I was working to now I'm over 100,000 in sales. Again, work ethic. I can't stress enough that you got to put in the time. If you're working a regular job, or you have a brick and mortar retail store or business, food business, whatever, you know the hours that it takes to run that business. And the more you do in it and the more effort you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. And the same with this. If you're not out there hustling and listing and storing it and inventorying it and shipping it, I mean, it all takes time. The fun part of reselling to me is the treasure hunt. After that, it gets tedious. You got to bring it back. You got to clean it up. You got to re-research it, take pictures, store it, inventory it. When you do sell it, you got to ship it. And then you got to deal with the customer on the back end. And most of the case, that's good. And sometimes it's not so good. But I ship every single day, 6 days a week, not 3 days shipping, not 2 days shipping, 1 day shipping. So you provide customer service. And if you're shipping, and this is my opinion, folks, don't get mad at me. If you're shipping 3, 4, 5 day shipping, to me, you're not providing the service that you should to your customer, because Amazon ships pretty much daily. I'm not saying you have to ship every single day, but I do. There are channels I watch that ship 2 and 3 days. Hey, that's your business. But I ship daily, every day. And that's just the way I'm built. And coming from a service industry, trucking, I didn't always get to control that. So now I do. So that narrative is on me. I'm going to ship it daily, and I'm going to provide the best customer service I can, because you bought it for a reason, because you want it. And there's no reason that you should sit on it for 2 or 3 days. Make the time. If you're going to do this business, make the time to provide customer service. And you're not going to please everybody. I get negatives just like anybody else. But if it's my error, I take care of it. If it's something on your end that I'll ask you to send it back and refund you the money. I don't do free returns. But if it's my error, I will pay you back. But if you take all these things and you mold them into a ball, you can do this business. But you got to source the right things. So I suggest watching other channels, doing research on eBay, where you're looking up things and going to the higher end and filter it to where you're seeing the top end of that particular item, whether it's action figures, video games, what they're going for. So when you see them, you know immediately that's something I want, and you're willing to pay a little more to get them. And again, you got to put in the effort. Again, I was working 16-hour days when I first went full time. I have backed off of that, and I probably don't put in 8 hours now, but I have a pretty good inventory, and I'm always doing new things, but I'm also sourcing all the time still. And I still have a death pile, or an opportunity pile, if you want to call it that. And again, $100,000 in sales does not mean $100,000 in your pocket. I will probably clear somewhere in the 40s, depending on what my total number is at the end of the year in sales. But it's typically going to be about 40 to 45% of the money that you make is going to be your profit. But if you calculate that into 12 months, that's over $3,000 a month. So if you can't live on $3,000 a month, you're probably living a little too high. And my other suggestion is get out of debt. The closer you get to retirement, you need to be out of debt. The only debt I have is mortgage. I have my mortgage, which is less than $1,000 a month. So I don't have any other debt. I own 2 vehicles outright. And other than my utilities and cable and the necessities of food and stuff, I don't have any bills. So if you can get into that situation, it gives you more room to grow. And for you younger folks, if you want to move off into retail arbitrage or scale up into multiple SKU or one SKU, multiple items, all those kind of things, then do that. I'm at the age where I'm not going to try to make $1 million because that's not what I need to do. I'm happy with 100K. And in the next probably 3 years, I'll back off and probably not do as much, but because I will probably take my Social Security at that point. But, as long as I can do it and I'm still above this earth every day or above the ground, I'm going to keep plugging away and trying to make money. And I enjoy the sourcing part of it. And you can do it. If you have questions, hit me up here on YouTube. Hit me up on Instagram at TheCapGuy_Oklahoma. And I will be more than happy to tell you and help you. If you want a video on something that I know that you don't know, ask me. I will be more than happy to do it for you. But I just wanted to tell you that 100K is not impossible. There are a lot of people out there that make more than $100,000 a year on eBay and other platforms than I do. Not many of them are 62, but and not many of them have as many items. And you don't have to have 4,800 items or 4,700 items in your store to be successful. There's plenty of people that have 4 and 5 and 100 and 1,000 items that are successful and do this, but they're sourcing bigger ticket items to do that, or they're turning it over a lot. I should have more sales than I do, to be honest. And transparent is I'm pretty high on my prices, and I'm starting to move stuff down to get rid of old inventory. The promotions is helping me a lot with older inventory because I don't just pull my inventory down and donate it or have a yard sale with it. I let it sit there until it sells. And I had a ball cap today sold that was from 2019. So, 2 years old, shouldn't be there, and it was only about a $10 sale. But you know what? It's going to sit there because it's stored and ready to go when somebody buys it. And I paid money for it, so I want money back and I want profit. I typically don't lose money on items. Once in a while, and once in a while on shipping. But typically I make money on everything I sell. So yes, I spend more money than a lot of people do, but I also turn money. And I post my numbers daily on Instagram. Again, the TheCapGuy_Oklahoma. Check it out. I'm very transparent. I'm an open book about my life and about eBay sales because I want you to learn and be successful. I won't be doing this forever. And I want you to know what I know, and which is not everything by any means, but I am knowledgeable in quite a bit. So if I can help you, reach out to me, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll know when I pop up a video. I hope you enjoyed it. After the first of the year, I will do a drill down on my numbers for the year, how much I grossed, how much I netted, how much my cost of goods was and fees and all that good stuff. But I'm going to wait till the end of the year to do that because I don't have final numbers until then. But again, you can do it, but I promise you, you better be ready for the work because the work is something you're going to have to put in to be successful at this. And you can do it part-time and still work your day job or night job and be successful and make good supplemental income to do what you and your family want to do. But you got to invest in the business and you got to source the right stuff, in my opinion, and you got to have a wide diversity of items in your store if you have a store, because if one thing slows down, you want to have other things to pick it up. So again, I don't know everything, but I know quite a bit, and I'm here to help you if you need help. Transparency is what I'm about. And again, I will help you in any way I can. Reach out and just reach. Oh, never mind. Have a good day, folks.